Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another day of the XD Daily Creative Challenge. I'm your host, Andrea Huck. So I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Tuesday, and I'm starting to see some of you guys pop up in the chat. I really feel like this is becoming a family. I'm starting to get to know you guys. We've got Gustavo, Tim, Jack, recognize you guys, Richard. What are you guys up to today? Are you excited for the challenge? I have a very fun one planned, something that you may not have tried before with Auto Animate. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's go ahead and click on over to behance.net/challenge/XD, and we'll go ahead and get started. So if you don't already know what the Daily Creative Challenge is, it is a challenge that we host. We have a new host every 2 weeks, and we give you a bunch of challenges, design prompts that you guys can work on alongside with me and learn something new, learn a new skill, just engage with the community. Yeah, it's a real fun time. So each day you'll receive a challenge, and we want you to join in our community chat on Discord, and of course watch right here on our daily live show. Ask me questions, just chat away in the chat on Behance. And lastly, be sure to share your work to get feedback from both myself and all of the other mentors and participants. And be sure to share feedback as well. That's all part of the community. So let's see what we've got today. Today, in the spirit of maybe some people are going back to school, just the whole September fall sort of theme, I thought we would do something school related. So what I want you to do is design a note card quiz to learn a subject or language and allow users to tap and flip the note cards to check if their answer is correct. So either use the tap or flip or spin, whatever you need to do to get that note card to flip over. So this will be a fun one. If you want to, you can download the starter file that I always provide you guys. This is on Dropbox. You just go over here, press download, and then direct download, and you can get that XD file. And as always, if you want to rewatch any of these, you can just press watch video if you missed it. And then the rest of these days, we will see what they are when the day comes up. And of course, if you don't already have XD, feel free to download it down here. It is free. And join us on Discord. We've got about 20,000 people. It's probably a lot more by now. I haven't checked lately, but you guys are just joining so quickly, so we can't even keep up. So if you haven't joined Discord before, we've got all of the channels over here. A few of the important ones that I just want to point out are these ones up here. So this is all about the live streaming when we're going live, as far as the longer 2-hour ones and the creative challenges, as well as feedback. So if you want to post your designs, whether it's a prototype like this, a video, or a link to your work, or just a screenshot, whatever you want, go ahead and post it in here. So this one is only for the current challenge, so this one right now. And then if you're still working on any of the past ones, that's totally fine. You can post them in this one. And if you have anything else in your portfolio that you want feedback on, you can post it in design-other. And of course, if you're new, introduce yourself in the introductions channel. We want to know who you are, where you're from, what you're working on. So that's a bit about Discord, and let's go ahead and dive right in. So go ahead and get started, Dropbox link, and you can open the same file that I'm using right now. So we're in XD. Let me zoom out a bit so you guys can see what we're working with. So this is the starter file. I've got a bunch of good stuff in here for you guys. Let's see what we got. So day 2, Tuesday. I know a few of you guys were confused in Discord yesterday about if there actually was a challenge. Yesterday was just a welcome day. We were just kind of going through some resources, tips and tricks and things. But today is the first day of the actual challenge. So there's 9 challenges, not 10. So Like I mentioned, today's challenge is to design a note card quiz to learn a subject or language. Or honestly, whatever you want. If you want to do it about like design related stuff or whatever you're interested in, you can do that. So allow users to tap and flip the note cards to check if their answer is correct. And what I want you to focus on is that transition. So does it spin? Do you have to drag it? Do you flip it? And what happens if the user is correct or incorrect? Does something happen? Something pop up? And I just used, for some questions, I went to this website, studystack.com, but you can use whatever you want, doesn't matter. And then some inspiration down here. There surprisingly wasn't a ton of quiz, like flashcard related apps. There's a lot of quiz related apps, but not flashcards. So now's your chance to get in there. This one was Song Pop, and you can see they've got like a little notation for how much time you have left. HQ Trivia, I'm sure you guys have all played that. You've got the timer up here, you've got some options right here, and then the chat below. You can do something like that, or just something simple with a grid of buttons. Or like this one is kind of more what we're going for today. So we've got the flashcards up here, but you can make your own. So write it, match it, and take the test. And then of course I have all of the resources down here. And afterwards, once you're done, share on Discord and on Behance. So let's see, I already have a few artboards kind of laid out here. Normally, of course, you'd want to start with wireframes, but since this is just something quick, just spend like half an hour to an hour on this. We're just gonna lay it out with some wireframes. So I want to start with the card front, and then in between here for the flipping auto animate action, I need to bring everything towards the center. So that's going to be hidden, and then the back will be hidden, and then we'll show the back. So the back visible. So I have 4 artboards that I'm working on, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Just going to use, I've got this little, where did I get this? This was from Product Hunt, I believe, this little pattern, just like some kind of topographical shapes. So I'm going to use that. And then I just want a subtle kind of border, because you know how I am. I love my borders. Let's switch over to our layers panel. We can bring this to the back. And just for the sake of time, I've got some of my resources already kind of laid out down here. So this will be my note card. Got a few icons and buttons and things. So that is what we're working with. So, okay, let's start on the left side. The left side, I made this little indicator of like what chapter you're on. So let's say we've selected the first chapter, and you can scroll through to chapter 5, chapter 10, whatever note cards you want to work on. So that is like our navigational area on the left here. And then in the center, we want our actual note card. So this is just a rectangle, got a little shadow, blur of like 25 or so. Paste that in the center. And then on the right side, I've just got, this will be like an indicator of how many you've gotten right and such. So we'll say, let's go back over to our assets panel, and I'll add, let's say like, we're doing pretty good. We've got 80% correct so far. Okay, and then I'll make this white. Add that color, okay. And then I also want to add just some text in here. So I'll say like, we've got 11 correct, let's say. Bring this right here. It's a bit big. Copy and paste. And I'll say correct. And I'll just make correct like pretty small. I've already got some character styles down here. Yeah, this is good. Like 11 or so. Okay. Copy and paste this. And then we'll say, oh, you've only got two wrong. So that's pretty good. Okay, center that a bit. And then below that, we'll do, let's say you're ranking out of the class. That'd be something fun, actually, like see how well your other classmates are studying. And then we've got like 13 or so. 13 is pretty good. Out of a class of like 30 maybe? I don't know. Okay, these need to be a little smaller. Maybe like 25. Okay. So that looks good. Let's group all these together. All those numbers and the rankings. Did I get everything? Okay, group. Yeah. And then we can group these together. Perfect. Wait, did that group? Oh, okay. All right, next, let's focus on the center of the note card. So I'm just gonna put some of these elements. So I've got like a little paper clip. This is just for decoration. This serves literally no purpose, but it's just kind of cute. And then we do need like a flip. So this is our flip. We're just gonna put this in the center. And then, so that's what we'll use to flip to the back side. And then I've got these icons for if you need a hint. Oops. If you need a hint, or if you just want to skip this one. So we'll put the hint on the left and the skip on the right. And yeah, you guys are chatting away. Oh, Anna, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday. That's exciting. It's my husband's birthday on Thursday, so that's pretty close. Okay, so then I'm just adding a few more elements here. This is like 2 out of 10 note cards, and this is the timer up here. I'm not going to animate the timer today, but you can see that in one of the previous streams. And then I will add some text. So this will say, what is a chromatin? I'm looking at my notes over here because I actually don't remember what a chromatin is. I had to look it up. I probably learned it in like grade school, but anyway, I got this from that website, studystack.com. So that's for like some content if you want to use that. Okay, so that looks good. Is that centered? There we go. So now what we want to do is let's copy and paste everything onto the second artboard. So in order to, I want the card to like come to the center and then flip opposite sides, if that makes sense. So we need to bring everything to the center and make it 0% transparency. You'll see why I'm doing this kind of in just a second. So bring it all to the center. All right. And we need to make this, might make it a little smaller. So this helps auto animate kind of know what's going on while we're transitioning. So that's why I'm doing this. So bring it all to the center, and it doesn't have to be perfectly in the center because it will be pretty quick anyway, and we're making everything transparent. So it doesn't matter a whole lot, but just as long as it's kind of in the center. So let's bring it all in. There we go. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go over to the prototype tab, click on the whole artboard, and then you wanna drag this little blue guy over to the second artboard, and the trigger will be tap. That's what we're focusing on today. Again, you could use drag or flip or whatever, and the action is auto animate, and then the duration will be 0.4 seconds. Maybe we'll make it like 0.6 just for a bit more. Okay, so let's see how that goes. And I have my little home icon on the first one, so we know that the prototype will always start on that screen. Let me drag this up. So we tap. Okay, so did you see that? It was kind of quick, but everything is going towards the center, and then for the opposite side, it will open up in the opposite way. So click, and it all goes towards the center. Okay, so that's good. Let's go ahead and go back over to the design tab, and then we'll copy everything and we will paste it on the very last one. So at the beginning we worked from the front back, or from the front forward, and now we're starting at the end and going backwards for this part. So now we've like flipped the card and we need to add a little bit different content. So let's see. had like another little, this guy. Yeah. Just a note card with some lines on it. So we need to bring this to the center. Actually, no, we'll keep that. This we want to get rid of. This we'll get rid of. Most of these items we can get rid of because, because we don't want the front to be the same as the back. So let's just delete all this. And then I want, let's see. Okay, I'm going to my pre-baked, just pretend like you didn't see this. I'm going to my pre-baked design. So I'm gonna add just some little like, correct or incorrect buttons. So let's center that. Delete that. Actually, we can keep that. And let's just make this like 30. Okay, and then we'll say what the answer is. So DNA bound to protein and contained in the nucleus of a cell. I did not memorize that. I looked it up if you were wondering. Okay, and then we just need to copy this. And the main thing we need to remember is make sure that this is in the exact same place. So let's put it right below rectangle, whatever that is. And we have to name it the same thing. So 1736. So that AutoAnimate knows exactly how to do the transition. Okay. So let's copy all of this. And then we're going to do our last artboard. And same thing, we just need to bring it all to the center and then make everything transparent. So let's bring this paper clip to the center. And then these are fine. We can just, they're pretty much in the center. And then the note card, bring this to the center as well. Okay. And then this guy, we will make it, just make it a bit smaller. Okay. And then as well, 0% transparency. All right, so let's go back on over into the prototype tab and let's see where we left off. So we're on the second artboard and this one's blank now from the first side. And we want to drag that little blue indicator over. And this time we just want the trigger to be time, 0 delay, because we don't want to have to tap anything in between. And then from the third one to the fourth artboard, we're going to do the same as that first one. So the trigger will be time as well and auto animate 0.6 seconds. So let's go ahead and see how this looks. We might need to adjust a few things. So we'll tap. Okay, that looks pretty good. That was a little quick. So let me do that again for you guys. Make this a little bigger. Okay, so we tap. Everything goes to the center, and then it looks like it flips to the opposite side and shows us some different content. I do, yeah, that's fine, okay. So we could go ahead and continue making another slide if we want. I think the only thing I want to change is that this guy had a shadow in the back and the other guy did not. By guy, I mean the index card. Okay, so let's just deep dive in here. We'll add a shadow. I think it was like 25 blur, and I need to see what the color was. Let's see. Copy that color. Okay. And then let's go back to the last one. Double click in there. Make sure it's the same color. And I think it was like, oh, there we go, like 50%. Okay, that matches a lot better. And I might, let's see if I can make this a little brighter. So I'm just going to drag these to the center so it just transitions a little bit more. And then we can make it transparent again. Bring it back to 0. Okay. Oh, let's save. I of course forgot to save, as always. Okay, so let's see this again. So we click on it, everything goes to the center, and it's timed in the middle, and then it goes to the opposite side. So it looks pretty good. And you could continue on with this. You could do something after you press correct or incorrect. You could have the numbers over here change. Take it as far as you want. Yeah, just have fun with this. So now let's go ahead and save. I am going to export. Let's see, I'll export a batch. So I'll select these guys, file, export, selected. And then I want to make a new folder and name this PNGs. Design, so we can export it. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and upload this to Behance. So I've already got my page opened. We've got the 2 previous ones, and now in drafts, I have my new Daily Creative Challenge project started. I already added like a thumbnail, I added the header, a little description, and then, I already added this, I forgot. Okay, so I've got a little image right here. If you want, you can add some padding. The main thing here is that you want to go into settings and make sure that you add in the discoverability tab, you want to add the XD Daily Challenge keyword. Otherwise, we won't be able to find you guys' designs and like them and give them feedback and everything. So make sure you have that. You can add a bunch of other keywords if you want. I'll add a little description. These are my designs. I can't talk. For the Daily Creative Challenge. Okay, great. And then basic info, you can add some categories as well. So let's go ahead and publish this. Okay, and then let's go back and we'll see how it looks. Okay, look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Okay, make sure everything's up. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and see what you guys have been working on. I know you probably have not been able to design something already and upload it to Behance, but we can look at some of the previous ones. Or XD Daily Challenge, I mean. Okay, so I'll look in projects, and I'll look in most recent, see what we got. Actually, I think I'll go in Discord. You guys tend to share more on Discord, I feel. So let's go to current challenge, and let's see this one. So this is by Mew. Some jokes. Cute emojis, I like that. The animation is a little bit, oh, you used a bounce animation, I think. I would maybe do without the bounce and just do like a drag or a flip. But nice job. I like the coloring. Let's see what else we got. The food ordering. Let's see this one. This one was from last week, I believe. We got a bubble tea one. You can choose your flavors. Oh, that looks awesome. Nice job. Add-ons. Wow. That looks so great. I would maybe move the arrow over to the left side, but other than that, I think this looks great. Very cool. That's such a fun one. Who is this by? Mew. Very nice. This one, Philu or Philo. Let's see what you got. Drag left or right to select your food. Okay. Ooh, those illustrations look awesome. You got the drag animation down. That looks great. Let's see what happens next. Click on salmon roll. Awesome. And then you can select how many. Very nice. And then we get to step 2, confirm your order. That looks great. Love the profile picture. And then you pay. Wow, you did the whole experience. Very nice. That looks great. Cool. Well, guys, that is about all the time that we have left. Thank you all so much for joining. Be sure to stay tuned for right after this. We've got Mix Champagne, and she will be working again on her design systems design in Adobe XD. So I'll be back here tomorrow again at 11:30, so be sure to watch again tomorrow. Bye, guys. Thanks so much for watching.